皆さんこんばんは、たっくんです。シャーロックホームズチャプター1続きからやっていきたいと思います。はい、というわけで、前回ね、絵描きのお話、絵描きの人が亡くなったっていう事件にお話が変わりまして、右上のね、女性をちょっと聞き込みをして探そうというところの途中だったので、そこからですね。そうか、やっぱ格好が良くないのかな。
Of course. The streets have the information you seek.
ジョンが描き直した身ごもった少女の絵、コルドナで部族の傷を持つ人々がいるのは、スカラディオとシルバートンの間のビクトリアブリッジの下にある難民の野営地だ。なるほどね。やっぱ近くで聞き込むが正解だったな。スカラディオとシルバートンの間のビクトリアブリッジ。スカラディオとシルバートン。スカラディオとシルバートンっていうのはこの上か。ビクトリアブリッジっていうのはここのことかな？合ってそうだね。そしたらこっちへ行くのが正解か。一旦元の格好に戻っとこうか。すぐに、あれかもしれないけどね。ここにピン差しして、よしよし、もう早速聞き込みに10分ぐらいかかっちゃったね。あ、ここはそうか。ドリンキングダッチマン。この下か。橋の下って言ってたもんね。どっからか降りれるかな。あるね、人が住んでそうなとこ。こっから降りれるかな。
Beasts! Could you help me? Oh, sir, I'm afraid I don't know about that.
なんか騒がしいね。事件か。人殺しとか言ってる。僕なら顔パスでは。
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
僕は探偵です。
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in.
And you are?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
観察する。逆に言うとこの人は警察の人ではなかったのか。蒼白で目の下にクマ、日の当たらない屋内での仕事。お役所仕事かな。角に着飾っている。役人らしく見せようとしている。偽物かもみたいなこと？わずかな口ひげ、年齢を上に見せようとしている。偽物ですか、あなたもしかして。湿った手のひら、精神的な重圧から汗をかいている。嘘ついてるからハラハラしてんじゃないの？内心。役所の人ですって言えばよかったのか。そしたら、そんな、みたいな。役所から来ましたなんて嘘ついたら一発でバレるもんね。あとどこだろう。靴か。汚れのない靴。普段は座っている。ロナルド・ハーローは青白い肌をした若い事務官で市役所から任命された難民の野営地を監督する仕事に全力で従事している。自身の責任に満足しているわけではないが、与えられた全ての職務を教科書通りに遂行する。しかし市役所の外の問題を処理した経験を十分持ち合わせていない。年齢を上に見せるため、わずかだが口ひげを蓄えている。青白い肌と目の下のクマは彼が暗い事務所で働いていることを示しており、靴が綺麗でくたびれていないことから事務所を出ることがほとんどないことがわかる。洗練された服装を好み自身を役人らしく見せようとしているが、コルドナの雰囲気から浮いてしまっている。手のひらにかいた汗は自分の快適な環境から外に出たロナルドが精神的に圧迫されていることを示している。 途方に暮れた形式主義者。疲労した事務官。ロナルド・ハーローは若い事務官だが日々の仕事で疲れ果て落ち込んでいる。市役所は難民の野営地を監督する仕事を彼に与えたが、疲労した彼に様々な問題を解決するほどの気力が残っていない。わずかだが口ひげを蓄え、年齢を上に見せようとしている。青白い肌と目の下のクマは彼が暗くて狭い自分の事務所を嫌っていることを示しているが、靴が綺麗でくたびれていないことから彼が事務所を出ることはほとんどなく、野外を好んでいないこともわかる。手のひらにかいた汗はロナルドが精神的に圧迫されていることを示している。コロナの情勢を考えれば服をほとんど持っていない可能性がある。どっちかっていうとこっちな気がするな。読んだ感じ。
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
手を貸そう。
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest.
本当に役所の人間であることは間違いなかったのか。
She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help.
ありがとう。
All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
いろいろ聞いとくか。難民たちはどうやってここに来た？
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
どこの国から来た難民かもわからないってことか。
I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
野営地でのあなたの仕事。
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every city hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
なるほどね。
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewksbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll
市
fill in the
役所の
details
個
for you.
人専門
I'll
家。
find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
ああ、いなくなった。ありがとう。証拠はこれか。難民の野営地の事件現場。難民の野営地の入り口に人だかりができていた。警察は群衆を鎮めようとしている。野営地の監督役である市役所の役にロナルド・ハーローが言うには、警察は野営地の中で発見された遺体が殺人によるものであると考えているという。僕は何があったか突き止めることを約束した。代わりにハーローは僕が写真に写っていた難民の女性を見つける手助けをする手はずだ。なるほどね。とりあえず今これだけか。これをじゃあ貼っとこうか。
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls.
鶏。
No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
まあ周りの人たちも嫌だなと思ってるわけ
Who the
ね。
hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office, and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector.
死んだ男は何者?
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
他に被害者は?
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
そうか、英語がわかんないようなエリアから連れてこられちゃってんだね。
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
なるほどね。野営地への侵入者の一帯、野営地で男の遺体が発見されたテュークスベリー警部補の話では、橋にいた目撃者の証言から判断して、男は難民の集団に殺害され下水道に放り込まれたということらしい。警部補は僕が遺体と男の持ち物を調べ、事件の推理をすることに同意した。野営地に侵入した男の遺体は下水道に浮かんでおり、警察によって引き上げられた。男の胸には刺し傷がある。でも、どうなんだろうね。なんかそんな難民なんて呼ばれてる人たちがそう簡単に殺人なんか犯したら、それこそね、それを理由に難民ごとイカダに乗せて海に送り出されちゃうかもしれないみたいな、そういう懸念はないのかな。今いるギリギリこの場所を守るためにもみたいな、下手なことしないような気もするけどね。まあわかりませんね。命の危機だったかも。正当防衛かもしれないしね。壊れた木箱と血液の跡。これはお金か。でかいね。財布とかに入れるの大変そう。マルパルってあれか、美術館に落ちてたタバコと同じ銘柄だね。鞘か。死んだ男の持ち物の中にあったのは以下の通り、1000ポンド、マルパルのタバコが何本も入ったタバコ入れ、同じ銘柄の吸い殻をボーゲルの美術館で見つけた。ナイフや探検用の短い鞘。なるほどね。
May I ask you something?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
May I ask for your assistance?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Oh,
これが亡くなった方
when you find the answer.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here.
なるほど。
An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something?
何かの組織に属してるのかな。すごいあっさり抜くね。怒られるんじゃない？
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers.
水兵や兵士か。
I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain.
あとは何だろうな。靴？
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John. A violent death. But this man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
美術館に押し入った男のあれと特徴と合うは合うね。
If they find out about the passage, everything will go.
あ、なんか抜け道がうんぬんとか言ってる。ああ、ごめんなさい。
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
If they find out about the passage.
抜け道の目的を特定する。金、世間の目、横柄な小役人、封鎖された野営地、老警官、低い給料、難民たちを排除する。よし、ギリギリ。難民の野営地で何が起きている？警官たちが心配していたのは、遺体が発見されたことで野営地への出入りが厳しくなり、自分たちの計画で稼ぎを得ることができなくなるということだ。
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry.
なるほどね。
Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
汚職警官がいるわけだ。野営地を使ってビジネスをしてるやつが、何らかの金儲けをしてるやつがいるわけね。よろしくないですね。
Can I ask you a question?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
そうですか。これは何？釜？なんか似てるのかな。その難民の人たちともお話ししたいけどね。この人は？この人が刺されたっていう、怪我してたっていう人？
He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
どうやって治してあげるの？すごいな。ジョンの提案でこの件についてもっと調べるために野営地で聞き込みすることになった。野営地が再び封鎖されてしまっては戻ってくることができない。野営地を去る前に聞き込みを終わらせるべきだ。負傷した難民は？傷は深く出血している。難民は熱があり脱水症状気味。傷口の治療をしなければ感染症で命を落とす。野営地にあるもので治療できるか見てみよう。集中して見つけるべきものは次の通り。傷口を洗うためのもの、感染を防ぐためのもの、包帯として使えるもの。なるほどね。なんかあるかな。ここまでにでもそれらしいアイテムなかったもんな。もっと奥行ってみるか。
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
Someone was dragged against their will.
足跡か。あ、ここに警察官いるじゃん。
Do you know anything about this?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Back off.
Back off. 入れてもらえないか。ここは落ちるとまた溺死するやつだな。奥には入れてもらえないか。これだけか。これだけでいろいろ考えなきゃいけない。証拠を提示する。事件現場。負傷した難民。これは汚職しようとしてるよ。
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
俺には関係ないねって。
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill?
自分の同僚が人身売買に関わっていることに驚きがない。人身売買なのか、やってるのは。あ、これは？これか。橋近くに付着した血の手形は男が下水道に落ちる前に橋を掴もうとしたことを示している。ここまで引きずられて、ここにぶち込まれる前はまだ生きてたけど、ボチャンって投げられたみたいな、そういうこと？あるいは自分で逃げて飛び込んだとかっていうことかな。この人たちと話はできないの？
May I ask for your assistance?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
そうか。あなたは？
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Oh, I am bored.
人身売買で盛り上がってる場合ちゃうぞ。調べられるところはかなり少なそうだけどな。他にもっと詳しく調べないといけないのかな。見落としがどこかに。あ、これは靴の跡。警察のブーツか。裸足の足跡。裸足で誰かが運んでるってことだよね。野営地の地面には異なる大きさの足跡がいくつも確認できる。そのうちの一組の足跡は擦り切れて靴底でついたものだ。なるほどね。このソナー機能を使えばいいんだ。一回調べたものもなるのかな。そういうわけじゃなさそうだね。
A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
これで地面に落ちた血痕は下水道の上の橋に続いている。橋のそばに摩擦でできた足跡がある。なるほどね。さっきのところからここまでの流れをって感じか。あ、なんですか？はいはいはい。応援してくれてるわけね。アフリカ。じゃあ難民の人はアフリカから来た人たちなのかな。難民の小屋の近くにカーネリアン石の数珠が散乱していたが腕輪がちぎれてこぼれたのだろう。なるほど。あ、この証拠を順番に追っていけばいいんだね。刺されたのはじゃあここ？
It might have been used as an improvised weapon.
こっちか。
No hint of blood or impact. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
まあ確かにね。犯人が野営地に侵入した方法を突き止める必要がある。どのような方法がある？さっきのそれこそね、
Back off.
なんだ、人身売買しようとしてる警察官たちが使ってるなんか通路みたいな裏路地みたいなのがもしあるなら、それを使ってる可能性はあるよね。
Is this familiar to you?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
あ、これか。強固な門、長い間開けられていない。なるほど。ここではなさそうだねってことか。下水道を通って野営地の敷地内にある下水道の手口は固く閉ざされており、開けるには相応の労力が必要で音も鳴るはずだ。まあそんなの使ってたらすぐ気づかれちゃうよねって話だよね。ここら辺ブルったな。あ、これか。ボートで来たみたいな。
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
船を使って浅い水路が野営地を通過している。犯人は船で侵入した可能性もあるが、野営地の近くに船などないし、警官にも気づかれるはずだ。そりゃそうだ。
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
あと他にどこに入り口があるんだろう。あ、これは 2.4 メートル。短い。そうか、せっかく見つけたのにな。はしごか縄を使って壁を登った？壁は急ではしごを使うには高すぎる。犯人が何かを持ち去ろうとしていたのであれば縄を使う可能性は低いだろう。ようやく見つけたと思ったのにな。あ、なんか今人が見えたな。こういうことか。なるほどね。これは集中したままうろうろしないといけないのか。一個混じってるよ。マルパルだ。
So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man
なるほどね。
Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
警察官がいいですよって言って通しちゃったんだ、彼を。警察関係者だったのかな。そうするとまた多いんじゃないの。うわー、6箇所。この時点ですでに引きずられてるって言ってたもんね。どっちかか。仲良く出てきたか引きずられてたかか。まあ、引きずられてたんだね。じゃあんで刺された。これ何が違うんだ。ああ、女の人を守ろうとしたか。なるほどね。まあでも引きずってきてたんだからこっちじゃないの。だからこの刺された男の人は連れてかれそうになった女の人を助けようと思ったってことだよね。これでブチーってなったってことだね。で、彼女の手を離してしまったがゆえに、ここで追われたってことか。裸足の足跡もあったから、剣を持ったまま追われたんだ。で、ああ、なるほど。つまずいた。なるほどね。で、つまずいた勢いで、 自分で手に持ってたナイフが刺さっちゃったんだ。左手の手の跡ってなってたから、そうなったら右手の跡が残るよね。だからこういう向きだったってことか。
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
これを話すか。
You still here?
証拠を提示する。失敗した誘拐。
I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened to him.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. And maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts. It's sad, but coming up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that. Anyway, speak to the supervisor. I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say.
なるほどね。
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
ああ、これで聞き出せるようになったのか。これかなまた。
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly.
あ、そうだ、さっき助けたからね。もういくらでも話してくれるでしょう。
I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason.
この人英語喋れるんだな。
You want something?
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla.
ネイラって言うんだ。
She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla, if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
Hello, Nayla? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people?
Oh.
Christ, Sherlock. Naylor, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
子供が生まれてるっぽいね、も
う。Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John. By a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
記憶の宮殿が点滅してるから、うわ、すごい溜まってる。石炭の足跡。手形と足跡はボーゲルの美術館にあった石炭くずによってついたもの。はいはいはい。これとこれは違うか。泥棒は画家から不意打ちを受けた。石炭くずと石炭の足跡かな。男はボーゲルの美術館も訪れた。野営地で死んだ男はボーゲルの美術館に忍び込んだ犯人と同一人物だ。やっぱそういうことなんだね。まだいけるよね。こんだけあればね。足の不自由な喫煙家と引きずっていこうとしたわ。違うか。乱暴の現場を写した写真。写真に写っていた女性。違うか。強姦犯は得意な十字型の印を身につけている。男こも違うか。違う？画家はもみ合いの最中に命を落とした。訪問者にはマーキュリーを殺す気はなかった。泥棒の目的はマーキュリーの殺害ではなかった。なんかタオルを使った止血みたいなのをまだいける？しようとしてたっぽかったもんね。強姦犯は政府の高官だ。この手の勲章は通常は政府の高官に与えられる。写真に写っていた強姦犯がそうに違いない。なるほどね。暴行者のスケッチ。これか。マーキュリオの部屋で見つけたのは若い女性が残酷にも暴行されている写真だった。ジョンが描き直した絵には背中から尾が生えた赤いスーツを着た暴行者が描かれている。ネイラが描いたのは暴行者が胸につけていた十字型の奇妙な勲章。この類の勲章は通常は英国の高官にしか授与されない。コルドナを訪れるだけでなく島で働いている高官はそう多くない。なるほどね。この胸の十字架か。本のマークがついてるから、これはまたどこかで調べ物するパターンのやつだね。ここはどこだ？これか。合ってるな。話題時代登録地区か。話題だと役人かな。時代登録は法的文書。職業かな。時代かな。英国占領時代。あった。トマス・ノートンの略歴。トマス・ノートンは1840年ロンドンに生まれる。1864年にオックスフォード大学を卒業。1869年に内務省に秘書として勤め始める。1875年にインドにおける軍の長官となる。1877年、女王陛下よりバス少尉かなを授与される。1878年3月1日、コルドナの英国公使に任命され、市役所に執務室を与えられる。 市役所に働いてるってこと？じゃあ市役所に執務室。ここのなんか黒人の女性に聞いてみるか。
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose, in a way, we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Holmes.
そうなんだ。
Have you found anything helpful?
執務室っていうのはどこにあるんだろう。あ、ここか。あ、いたいたいたいたいた。こいつだ。
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
顔のひげを剃る時間がない。忙しいのかな。勲章ついてるね。バス勲章を常に身につけている。どうしたのそれ。赤い汚れ、ワインか。ワインの汚れなんてそんな長く残る？しかも手に。あとは目？充血した目。昨晩は寝なかった。なるほどね。シワだらけの服。遅くまで仕事をしている？袖の赤ワインのシミと剃っていない顔のひげは自分の職務に対して怠惰であることを示している。その男は非常にくたびれたバス勲位を誇らしげに身につけ外すことはない。シワだらけの服と充血した目から見て昨夜は家に帰らなかったのかもしれない。仕事ではなく悪行や酒にご就寝のようだ。その男は非常にくたびれたバス勲位を誇らしげに身につけ外すことはない。袖についた赤いシミは彼が最近ワインを飲んだことを示している。服はシワだらけで髭もほとんど剃っておらず、充血した目は不眠症と大きな不安感に悩まされていることがわかる。まるで悪夢にとらわれているように恐ろしい過去の記憶を忘れ去ろうとしているようだ。なるほどね。だから殺し屋を向けたってことか。彼女を殺してなかったことにしてくれないと困るみたいな、そういうことかな。だからそれが心配で夜も眠れないみたいな。
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
写真を
Do you
見せる。
recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper.
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
絵画を盗もうとしたの
The
か？
painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position. Yet, here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes. And I'm no exception.
だから彼がさっきの黒人の女の子を強姦して、そもそもその様子を写真に収められちゃってて、で、それを芸術家に題材として絵を描かれちゃったわけだ。で、その絵の存在がそもそもまずいから、彼からそれを盗もうと思ったら、それができなくて、殺しちゃったってことだよね。まあでもそれはだから、その殺し屋が殺しちゃったっていうこと。で、絵の方はまあ始末したし、描いた本人もまあ、ね、死んでしまったから、もうあとは被害者である彼女を口封じのために殺してしまえば、まあこの人がやったそれについて漏れることがないよね、みたいな、そういうことかな。パーティーで何があった？
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault.
I would never have planned such a terrible thing.
なるほどね。彼は飲んでたお酒に薬を盛られてそうなっちゃっただけだっていうことか。自分の意思じゃなかったって言いたいってことね。
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
お前を脅迫してるのは誰だ？
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right.
手紙が来てたってやつ
A
か。
couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
難民たちを助けろ。
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
ネイラを助け
Layla
ろ。
deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide
なるほどね。
what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
まあ彼がそういうことをしたっていうのは事実みたいだね。記憶の宮殿行くか。写真で公使を失脚させることができる。これかな。公使は証拠を隠蔽したがっている。公使が写真を求めている理由は打算的だ。写真を手に入れてしまえば彼の名声を傷つけるものはなくなる。まだいける？制度に苦しむ者たち、難民たちは全て制度の被害者だ。彼らの状況を改善しなければならない。まだいける。男は少女を誘拐しようとした。男が野営地に来たのは少女を誘拐するためだった。彼女を殺すこともできただろうが違う目的があった。だから逆に殺し屋の人もそれの目的に気づいてて、彼女を言われた通り殺すよりも、その殺し屋の彼が彼女を誘拐して、彼女を、逆だよね。普通ならこの人質を殺されたくなかったら金を払えみたいなことだけど、逆にこの彼女を殺して欲しかったらもっと金払えみたいなことだよね。多分。じゃないとバラしちゃうぞっていうね。彼女は生き証人なわけだから。美術館の泥棒はマーキュリオの自宅にいた。マーキュリオの殺人犯と美術館泥棒は同一人物。はい。なんか、ビヨーンってなったね。ただの泥棒ではなくギャングの手先。男はただの泥棒ではなく誘拐も行う。様々な仕事をこなすギャングの手先。なるほどね。まだいける。どれだろう。これか。訪問者は写真を探していたのかもしれない。訪問者の目的は忌々しい写真を探すことだったのかもしれない。なるほどね。泥棒は写真を探していた。写真を盗むためにマーキュリオの自宅へ行った泥棒は本人と鉢合わせし正当防衛で彼を殺害した。公使は自身の名声を守りたがっている。英国公使はパーティーで難民の女性を乱暴した。その現場を写した写真で彼を失脚させることができるだろう。だが写真を利用して難民の野営地を助けることもできるかもしれない。なるほどね。無慈悲な正義は、公使は信用できない人物であり、彼の行いはとても許されるものではない。彼は怒れるコルドナから社会的な裁きを受けるのがふさわしい。ボーゲルに写真を渡し全てを公表してもらおう。全体の利益のための必要悪。トマス・ノートンの非道な行いはとても許されるものではない。だが彼に正義を下すためとはいえ、他の人間の自由を犠牲にすることはできない。難民たちの市民権と引き換えに公使に写真を渡そう。なるほどね。だから彼を釣り上げることでトマス・ノートン一人を吊るして難民を見捨てるか、難民を助けるためにボーゲルのあれをなかったことにするかって話か。悩むね。どっちが正解ってわけじゃないよね。まあでもな、ホームズさんって意外となんか情け深いとこあるんだよな。でも彼がね、写真を渡した後に本当にその難民たちを救ってくれるかどうかっていうのは分かんないもんね。もう写真が、絵は燃やしちゃって、で写真が手に入っちゃえばもう別にね、誰もそれを示す証拠がないわけだから、本当にその後難民を救ってくれるかどうかっていうのは分かんないもんね。もう吊るすか。しょうがない。人は皆自分がしたことの報いを受けなければならないんだよ。 良くも悪くもね。じゃあ、ボーゲルさんに渡しに行くか。ボーゲルさんちはこっちか。旧市街の、ここかな。ゴーゴーゴーゴー。ここかな。
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Hi.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you. Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
マーキュリオは死ん
I
だ。
tracked down Boniface Mercurio. I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation. He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting. Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. I
泥棒は
located
死
the
んだ。
thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too. Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible. It was an accident at the refugee camp. He
そう
impaled
か、
himself
絵が
on
ど
his
こに
own
行った
knife.
か分かってない
Life
の
is
か。
nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
そうか、だからやっぱそうだったんだな。殺し屋は、絵も処分せずにまだ取ってあるし、で、かつ生き証人である彼女を殺さずに誘拐して、さらにプラスアルファで、あの男を脅すつもりだったんだね、多分。そういうことだね。
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual. She was violated? Dear God, how despicable. Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration. I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
絵は見つけられなかった。
Unfortunately, I could not locate the missing painting. Oh, Mr. Holmes, such disappointing.
見つけるルートもあったのか
Not even
な。
a shred of information, the slightest lead. I'm afraid the case has gone cold. I suppose if you were unable to find it, no one else could. What a pity. Oh, but I can tell. You learned something else, didn't you? Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle. Ah, Mr. Holmes. Loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you? No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way. Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views. When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get. Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
僕の母について。
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right. Oh dear.
そう、お母さん発狂してたもんね、前
She
回。
was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted. I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling. I'm fine.
贈り物はなんだ
And what exactly have you sent me? Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
よし、じゃあ戻るか。 ストーンウッド邸っていうのは自宅だよね。家どこだっけ？ここか。
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux. Happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
You have my attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saying the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here. And remember, discretion is of the essence.
なるほどね。愛はコルドナに消えて。あ、この間のゾウさんの風船、うちに来たんか。向こうで引き取ってくれればいいのに。なんだこれ。
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
人魚の骸骨？
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary.
Oni-chan?
I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare...
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
まあ、とりあえずお屋敷の中見てみようか。 なんか絵が、あ、そうだよね。絵がかかってる横、あ、木、まっすぐな、滑らか。
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall.
広間にある大きなもの、女性、魚の奇妙な。
It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible. It must have been something else.
乾いている骸骨、岩。
Oh, of course, that
さっきのや
mortifying
つか。
hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around
絶
too.
対偽物だろ。騙されて買ったんかな。家族、女
It was
性。
my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating
あ、やっぱ工芸品なの
on holding
か。
something in your hand.
それっぽく作られてる。道具、ガラス、観
I
察。
inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened.
あ
I remember
あ
other people doing
息子
this.
が観察してる横で勢いが良すぎ。人々、大声、
The
作業員。
workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
なるほど。全然びっくり。お邪魔
Ah,
します。
yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator, and this was her cabinet of
お母さんは
curiosities.
鑑定士だ
I
った
never saw
の
the
か。
point. What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
快適。
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
なるほどね。お母さんの仕事部屋の隅に秘密基地を作って遊んでたわけだ。
one of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
本当だね。目の周りちょっと茶色いわ。茶色いクマの剥製を上から白く塗ったんだ。ワトキンソン&ホールマンチャプター1。
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter
ホー
1
マンか。
by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. You always act so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down. So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep these for people at hand. Reliable and driven.
やる気があり信用できる。
Officer Luciano J. Placido.
ああ、なるほどね。もらった名刺にその人の印象を裏に書いてたわけだ。判事からの手紙。ホームズさん、例の個人的な件に関する貴兄の助力に最大限の感謝を述べさせてほしい。貴兄の鋭敏な目と明瞭な頭脳がなければどうなっていたか考えると背筋が凍る思いだ。再び我々が会うことがあれば改めて感謝を述べさせてくれたまえ。マクドガル判事。まあお兄さんも頭いいんだもんね。
This drawer was always closed. Only
鍵が
Mycroft
か
knew
か
how
ってん
to
の
open
か。
it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day.
Carefully opened. Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869.
裁判所への召喚状、マイクロフト・ホームズ氏、コルドナ市役所はバイオレット・ホームズの死におけるオットー・リヒター博士の裁判がマクドガル判事により行われることを貴兄に伝達する。非公開審議を行うという貴兄の要望は受理された。この召喚状は貴兄を重要証人としてリヒター博士の裁判に召喚するものである。 貴兄は裏面に記された日付にコルドナ刑事裁判所に出頭しなければならない。お母さんはお医者さんみたいな人に殺されたっていうこと？
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
これは？
This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake.
何のあれなの？
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire.
わからんな。何がどう偽物だって言いたかったんだろう。
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best.
どういうこと？めちゃめちゃでかい人間の骨格標本ってこと？巨人の。わあ、すごい。これクトゥルフっぽいね。
The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
なんで男性だとわかるんだろう。調べたのかな。
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets.
そうなんだ。バイキングの兜っていうと確かに角が生えてるイメージあるけど、実際は違うんだね。破れた終了証書。骨董博物館で見つけた破れた終了証書。誰かが故意に何度も破いている。破れた証書を再構築して翻訳した。内容は次の通り。スイスのジュネーブ大学理事会を代表し、名誉総長たちはオットー・リヒター氏が法律と規律で定められた試験に合格したことを認め、医学博士の学位を医師免許とともに授与するものとする。
Clearly, it was deliberately torn.
ちゃんとお医者さんだったってことか、じゃあ。医者だと偽ってたとか、そういうことではないんだね。
An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
オットー・リヒターの個人的なメモ。ホームズ夫人は非常に興味深い患者であり、私の理論の追求のためにはこれ以上ない被験体だ。私は精神的外傷を与えるような環境に彼女を繰り返し置き、彼女の精神病を進行させるつもりだ。その状態で治療を行うことで彼女の精神が出来事を認めて受け入れ、効果的に治癒されると私は信じている。この仮説には自信があり、あとはそれを証明するだけだ。加えてホームズ家の人間が幅広く集まっているのは都合がいい。能力や障害など精神的特性の遺伝性についても観察することができるだろう。家族全員が非常に高い知能を持っていることはすでに明らかだ。母親の症状が次男のシャーロックの精神状態に影響を与え始めていることがわかる。長男が保護的であることもあって適切な診察を行うことはできないが、シャーロックはジョンという空想上の友達という形で幻覚を見ているようだ。なるほどね。お兄ちゃんこれを見つけて裁判をしたわけか。オットーの弟からの手紙。兄さんへ。兄さんがコルドナに最近来たと聞いてね。私には会いに来てくれないのか？我々の意見はまるで合わないが、私は兄さんと交わす夜の会話が懐かしくてね。コルドナにできた新しい美術館は素晴らしく、私は毎週木曜にそこを訪れている。そこで会おうじゃないか。また、私はクラウスの名前を捨てているからそのつもりでいてくれ。クラウス・リヒターさんだったってこと？
The full plate armor of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armor is armor, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you, when you're finished here, can we build a wigwam from the blankets? Like in the good old days.
骨董博物館での事故。これか。いよいよ何か思い出せそうって感じかな。剣がうんぬんとか言ってたけどね。あ、これか。古いはしご、一番上の棚。
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
これか。 巨大な工芸品、よく見えない。
I can't recall of exactly what, and we didn't have a great view from behind the statue.
これがここにあったんだね。オットーの本、不安定な置き場所。
Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
思い出すか。3箇所かな。はしごがうんぬんって言ってたから、こういうことか。悪いやっちゃ、こんなものがいっぱいあるところで。こうっぽいよな。はしごがうんぬん言ってたもんね。ああ、これが動き出したってこと？こっちの方が合ってそうだけどね。ああ、違うんだ。じゃあ、こうで、こうだったってこと？
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
違うのか。象の置物を投げっこしてて、この状態だった。
You're not even trying,
違うか。
Sherry. Concentrate.
じゃあ逆にこいつが動き始めてる時にここで隠れて見てた。
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
じゃあここが間違ってることになる？
You're not even trying, Sherry.
違うか。
Concentrate.
やるのはこの3箇所でいいんだよね。こうか。
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
なるほどね。興味深い会話。すべてが始まったのは4月9日にバイオレットさんの部屋で起こった事件のすぐ後だった。シェリーは骨董博物館の品で遊ぶことにし、僕も彼についていった。すると僕らは偶然マイクロフトとオットー・リヒターが言い争いをしているのを聞いた。マイクロフトは怒っていた。彼はリヒター博士がバイオレットさんにしたことは逆効果だったと主張し、オットを詐欺師と呼んでいた。なるほどね。お兄ちゃんもその時に気づいてたんだ。誰ですか？はい。ボーゲルからの招待状。ホームズ君へ、グランドサライ地区北部コルドナ修道院の向かいのターコにあるカートマンチョスの邸宅で君を待っている。すぐに来てくれたまえ。都合が悪くても来てほしい。君の友人 PV。追伸、不必要な面倒ごとに巻き込まれないよう適切な衣装を送っておいた。ぜひ来てくれたまえ。捧げられた子羊。どっちが正解なの？さっき、愛はコルドナに消えてはサブクエストなのか。メインストーリーはこちら捧げられた子羊なんだね。じゃあ、こっちへ行くのが正解かな。はい、というところで、じゃあね、ちょっと数分早いですが、キリがちょうどいいので、今回はここまでにしたいと思います。だいぶお話もね、進んできて、何があったのかっていうのは、だいぶ見えてきましたね。全体的にどれぐらい来てるのかっていうのは、まだちょっとわかりませんが、 まあ、また少しずつね、進めていきたいと思います。はい。というわけで、最後までご視聴いただいた皆さん、ありがとうございました。また次回の放送でお会いしましょう。お疲れ様でした。